Stop. Put down that fork. Before you take even one more bite of your breakfast, we need to have a very serious conversation. Have you ever wondered why, despite eating what you believe is a healthy diet, you still feel tired by 11 o'clock in the morning? Have you ever wondered why your joints still ache, your digestion feels heavy, and your blood pressure refuses to go down even though you are doing everything right? You eat your eggs, you take your vitamins, you try to walk every day, yet something is silently sabotaging your efforts. Most of us grew up believing that eggs were one of the healthiest foods on the planet, and in many ways, that is still true. They are nature's perfect multivitamin. They are rich in protein, full of healthy fats, and packed with nutrients your body desperately needs, especially after 60, when your muscles, brain, and bones crave more repair power than ever. But here is the terrifying truth that few doctors have the time to explain to you. The problem is not the egg itself. The problem is the company it keeps. Just like a bad influence can ruin a good person, the wrong food combination can turn a nutritious egg into a biological weapon against your own body. Depending on what you pair it with, that same nutritious egg could either support your heart, or it could silently trigger inflammation, block nutrient absorption, and even create stone-like obstructions in your stomach that require surgery to remove. Yes, you heard me correctly. There are 5 specific foods that you must never, ever eat with eggs. In today's video, we are going to expose these 5 silent villains. Pay very close attention to food number 2, because it is the cornerstone of the classic American breakfast, and it might be the reason your blood pressure is climbing, and you absolutely must stay until we reach food number 5. It is a fruit that seems innocent, but when mixed with eggs, it creates a chemical reaction in your stomach that is so dangerous, it is considered a medical emergency. But do not worry. I am not here just to take foods away from you. After we clear out the dangers, I will show you the 3 holy grail combinations. These are the pairings that will turn your breakfast into a fountain of youth for your eyes, your bones, and your energy. If you are ready to reclaim your health and stop sabotaging your own body, I invite you to press the subscribe button for the Ageless Vitality channel right now. Join our family of health warriors who refuse to let age dictate their limits. Now, let us open the kitchen doors and uncover the first hidden danger, the first deadly combination: eggs and soy products. I know what you are thinking. You are thinking that this sounds like a health food paradise. You have your eggs for protein, you have your soy milk or your tofu for even more protein. It sounds like the perfect muscle-building meal for a senior, does it not? We have been told for years that soy is a superfood, and for some people it can be. But when you mix soy milk or tofu directly with eggs in the same meal, you are creating a chemical warfare inside your digestive tract. Here is the science that the food industry does not put on the label. Soybeans contain high levels of a compound called trypsin inhibitors. Trypsin is an enzyme. Think of it as a specialized pair of scissors that your body uses to cut up protein into small, usable pieces. Your body needs these scissors to digest the protein in eggs. When you drink a glass of soy milk with your eggs, those inhibitors in the soy effectively tie the hands of your digestive enzymes. They blunt the scissors. Imagine your stomach is a construction site. The eggs are the bricks that you need to build muscle and repair your tissues. The enzymes are the construction workers. When you introduce soy into this environment, it is like firing all the construction workers. The bricks just sit there. The protein from the eggs does not get digested properly. Instead of fueling your muscles, it sits in your gut and ferments. This leads to gas. It leads to bloating. It leads to that heavy, uncomfortable feeling that makes you want to go back to sleep right after breakfast. Furthermore, raw or undercooked egg whites contain a protein called avidin. Avidin loves to bind with biotin, which is vitamin B7. Biotin is essential for your skin, your hair, and your energy production. When you have the trypsin inhibitors from soy and the avidin from the egg working together, you are creating a nutritional black hole. You are eating, but your body is starving for nutrients. This is a silent damage. You might not feel pain immediately, but over months and years, this lack of protein absorption contributes to sarcopenia, which is the age-related loss of muscle mass. If you feel weaker than you did last year, look at your food combinations. Do you remember the video I made about the 5 beans you should never touch? I explained how certain legumes contain anti-nutrients that lock away minerals. This interaction between eggs and soy is very similar. It is a biological mismatch. So what is the solution? It is simple. Separate them. If you love soy milk, drink it at lunchtime. If you love tofu, have it for dinner. But at breakfast, when you are eating your eggs, choose a different partner. Use almond milk. Use oat milk. Use good old-fashioned water. Let the egg be the star of the show, and let your body absorb the medicine it provides. Now, we move to a subject that might upset many of you. This is a hard pill to swallow because it involves a national treasure. The second deadly combination: eggs and processed meats, bacon, sausage, ham. We see this image in every diner, in every commercial, and in every movie: the all-American breakfast. 2 sunny side-up eggs, a side of crispy bacon, and 2 sausage links. It looks delicious. It smells like childhood. It feels like comfort. But if you are over 60 years old, this plate is not comfort. It is a cardiovascular time bomb. I want you to listen to me very carefully. I am not here to ruin your joy. I am here to save your life. The problem here is a double-edged sword of destruction. First, let us talk about the meat itself. Bacon and sausages are not just meat. They are processed meat. To keep them pink and fresh for weeks in the grocery store, manufacturers pump them full of nitrates and nitrites. When you cook these meats at high temperatures, like frying them in a pan next to your eggs, these nitrates convert into nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are carcinogenic. That means they have the potential to cause cancer. But the immediate danger for seniors is the sodium. A single serving of restaurant bacon and sausage can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. That is almost your entire daily limit in one meal. Now, combine that with the eggs. Eggs contain cholesterol. For a healthy person, dietary cholesterol is not a big problem. But when you combine cholesterol with the saturated fat and the massive inflammation caused by the nitrates in the bacon, you are creating a sticky sludge in your arteries. Think of your blood vessels like a garden hose. When you are young, that hose is flexible and wide. As we age, the hose becomes stiffer. When you eat this combination of eggs and processed meat, you are essentially pouring concrete into that stiff hose. The salt makes your body hold on to water, which increases the pressure inside the hose. That is high blood pressure. The saturated fat and inflammation damage the inner lining of the hose. This is how plaque builds up. This is how strokes happen. Studies have shown that eating processed meat daily increases the risk of stroke by nearly 20%. Is that piece of bacon worth a 20% higher chance of losing your independence? I mentioned this in my video about never touch these canned foods. The preservatives in processed meats are just as dangerous as the chemicals in those metal cans. They are silent killers that hide behind a delicious taste. So, Dr. Adams, are you saying I can never eat bacon again? I am saying that if you want to live to be 90 with a clear mind and a strong heart, bacon should be a rare treat, not a daily habit. It should be something you have on Christmas morning, not on Tuesday morning. If you want something savory with your eggs, try a slice of avocado. It gives you that rich, creamy mouthfeel, but instead of clogging your arteries, it cleans them. Or try mushrooms sautéed in a little olive oil. They have a meaty texture and are packed with immune-boosting beta-glucans. Your heart pumps tirelessly for you 24 hours a day. Do not repay it by feeding it poison. If you agree that your heart health is more important than 5 minutes of salty flavor, I want you to click the like button right now. Let us show the algorithm that we care about our hearts. Now, let us move to the third enemy. This one is sneaky because it looks so innocent. It is white and soft and fluffy. The third deadly combination: eggs and white bread. Picture this. You dip a piece of soft white toast into a runny egg yolk. It is delicious. It is easy to chew. It is the standard breakfast for millions of seniors. But here is why this combination is stealing your energy. White bread is what I call a ghost food. It has been stripped of everything that made it real. They take the wheat kernel and they remove the fiber. They remove the vitamins. They remove the minerals. What is left is pure, refined starch. When you put that white bread in your mouth, your saliva starts breaking it down before you even swallow. By the time it hits your stomach, it is essentially liquid sugar. Now, you might be thinking, but Dr. Adams, I am eating it with eggs. Eggs have protein and fat. Does that not slow down the sugar? It helps a little. But it is not enough. When you eat white bread, your blood sugar spikes up like a rocket. Your pancreas panics. It floods your bloodstream with insulin to get that sugar out. For a senior, this insulin spike is dangerous. It causes inflammation in your joints. If you have arthritis, that white toast is making your knees hurt more. But the worst part comes 2 hours later. After the spike comes the crash. Your blood sugar drops below normal. You get brain fog. You get sleepy. You get irritable. I had a patient named John. John was 68 years old. He came to me complaining that he needed a nap every day at 11 in the morning. He thought he was just getting old. He thought he was losing his vitality. I asked him what he ate for breakfast. He said, "Just 2 eggs and 2 slices of toast, doctor. Very healthy." I told him to change just one thing. I told him to swap the white toast for a roasted sweet potato. 3 days later, John called me. He said, "Doctor, it is a miracle. I am not sleepy anymore. I cleaned the garage this morning. It was not a miracle. It was biology. By removing the refined starch, we stopped the glucose roller coaster. White bread is an energy thief. It gives you a burst of fake energy and then leaves you empty. And there is another problem. Gluten. Many older adults develop a sensitivity to gluten without realizing it. It manifests as bloating, joint pain, or headaches. So, what should you eat instead? If you must have bread, choose a dense, sprouted grain bread like Ezekiel bread. It is full of fiber and protein. Or even better, ditch the bread entirely. Eat your eggs with slow-burning carbohydrates, a half cup of oatmeal on the side, a roasted sweet potato, a pile of sautéed spinach. These foods provide a steady stream of energy that lasts for hours. They are the logs that keep the fire burning, while white bread is just newspaper that flares up and burns out. Do not let a slice of cheap bread ruin the nutritional value of your premium eggs. We are getting closer to the most dangerous food, but first, we must address a habit that 90% of you are doing right now. The fourth deadly combination, eggs and strong tea or coffee. I can hear the groans already. Dr. Adams, please, take my bacon, take my bread, but do not touch my coffee. I understand. That morning cup is a ritual. It wakes up your brain. It warms your hands. And there is nothing wrong with tea or coffee in isolation. In fact, they are full of antioxidants. The problem is timing. If you are sipping your Earl Grey tea or your strong black coffee at the exact same moment you are eating your eggs, you are committing a nutritional crime against your own blood. Tea and coffee contain powerful compounds called tannins and polyphenols. In plants, these compounds are defense mechanisms. In your body, they act as chelators. A chelator is like a magnet. It moves through your digestive system and grabs onto minerals. Eggs are one of the best sources of iron, zinc, and calcium. These are minerals that seniors are desperately short on. You need iron for your energy, you need calcium for your bones. But here is the tragedy. Tannins love iron. When you drink tea with your eggs, the tannins bind to the iron molecules in the stomach. They lock them up in a chemical handshake that your body cannot break. Instead of absorbing that iron into your blood, it passes right through you and ends up in the toilet. Studies have shown that drinking strong tea with a meal can reduce iron absorption by up to 60%. 60%. Imagine if you went to the bank to deposit $100 and the teller took $60 as a fee. You would be furious. You would change banks. But that is exactly what you are doing to your body every morning. You are eating the expensive, high-quality food, but you are paying a 60% tax on the nutrients. This is one of the main reasons why so many older adults have anemia, even though they eat well. They are not malnourished. They are chemically blocked. And it is not just iron. Caffeine is a diuretic. It pushes calcium out of the body through your urine. If you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, drinking coffee with your calcium-rich eggs is counterproductive. So, does this mean you have to give up your morning cup? Absolutely not. I would never ask you to do that. You just need to follow the rule of 60 minutes. Here is the protocol. Wake up. Drink a large glass of warm water with lemon to flush your kidneys. Eat your delicious egg breakfast. Wait 60 minutes. Then, sit down and enjoy your coffee or tea as a mid-morning treat. By waiting 1 hour, you give your stomach enough time to acidify and absorb the minerals from the eggs. The iron enters your bloodstream before the tannins arrive. It is a small change in scheduling that makes a massive difference in your mineral levels. Your bones will thank you, your blood will thank you, and you will actually enjoy your coffee more because you are drinking it mindfully, not just washing down food. Now, my friends, we have arrived at the critical moment. We have talked about soy. We have talked about processed meat. We have talked about white bread and caffeine. These are all bad combinations. They cause inflammation, they steal energy, they block nutrients. But the next food I am about to reveal is in a different category altogether. This is not about long-term damage. This is about acute, immediate danger. This is a fruit that many of you might have growing in your backyard, or you buy it in the fall season because it looks beautiful and festive. But in the medical world, we know it as the creator of the gastric bezoar, the fifth deadly combination, eggs and persimmons. Yes, the persimmon. That sweet orange fruit that looks like a tomato but tastes like honey. You might be thinking, Dr. Adams, that sounds ridiculous. A fruit? Dangerous? Listen to me. This is not a myth. This is documented medical fact. Persimmons, specifically the unripe ones or the skin of the fruit, contain a very specific type of tannin called shibboleth. Now, remember when we talked about tannins and T-blocking iron? Well, the shibboleth in persimmons does something much more terrifying. When shibboleth enters your stomach, it meets your stomach acid. If you have just eaten eggs, your stomach is also full of high-quality protein. When shibboleth meets acid and protein, it polymerizes. That is a fancy scientific word that means it clumps together. But it does not just form a soft clump. It transforms into a hard, sticky, glue-like substance. This substance binds with the fiber in the persimmon and the undigested protein from the egg. Within hours, it can form a hard stone in your stomach. We call this a diospirobezoar, a stomach stone. For a young person with a strong, churning stomach, they might be able to pass it. But for a senior, as we age, our stomach motility slows down. We do not churn food as vigorously. This stone can get trapped. It can grow. It can block the outlet of the stomach or get stuck in the intestines. The symptoms are severe: sudden, excruciating abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, the inability to pass gas or stool. This is a bowel obstruction. I have seen cases where patients required emergency surgery to cut these stones out of their intestines, all because they ate a persimmon for dessert right after a high-protein egg breakfast. This mechanism is similar to the warning I gave you in the video, Never Combine Cucumbers with These Three Foods. It is about chemical reactions that happen inside the unique environment of your gut. Just because two foods are natural does not mean they are compatible. Nature has rules, and when we break those rules, we pay the price. So please, if you love persimmons, eat them alone. Eat them as a snack, far away from your protein meals. Never, ever use them as a dessert after eggs. Now, take a deep breath. I know this sounds scary. I know it feels like I have just taken away your entire breakfast menu. No bacon, no toast, no coffee with the meal, no soy, no persimmons. You might be sitting there thinking, well, Dr. Adams, what on earth is left? Do I just eat the egg on a plate and stare at the wall? Absolutely not. I promised you at the beginning of this video that I would not just be the bearer of bad news. I want to give you hope. I want to give you solutions. Now that we have cleared the villains out of the room, we have space for the heroes. There are three specific foods that are the soulmates of eggs. When you pair eggs with these three foods, you are not just avoiding harm. You are actively healing your body. You are unlocking nutrients that would otherwise remain hidden. We are going to talk about a combination that can restore your vision. We are going to talk about a pairing that acts like cement for your brittle bones. And we are going to reveal the secret to cleaning your arteries while you eat. These are the three golden combinations. Are you ready to meet the new best friends of your breakfast? Let us start with the first hero. This one is for your eyes. The first golden combination: eggs and pumpkin. I want you to visualize the color orange. Pumpkin is not just for pie. It is one of nature's most concentrated sources of beta-carotene. Beta-carotene is what your body converts into vitamin A. Why do you need vitamin A? Because it is the shield for your eyes. It protects your corneas. It helps you see in low light. It fights against cataracts. But here's the secret. Vitamin A is fat-soluble. That means if you eat plain steamed pumpkin, your body absorbs very little of the vitamin. It slides right through you. To absorb vitamin A, you need fat. Enter the egg yolk. The egg yolk is the perfect delivery vehicle. It contains healthy fats and lecithin. When you eat pumpkin with an egg, the fat in the yolk unlocks the beta-carotene in the pumpkin. It increases absorption, not by 10%, not by 20%, but by up to 7 times. But the magic does not stop there. Egg yolks also contain lutein and zeaxanthin. These are powerful antioxidants that accumulate in the retina of your eye. They act like internal sunglasses, filtering out harmful blue light and protecting you from macular degeneration, which is the leading cause of blindness in seniors. So when you combine the lutein from the egg and the beta-carotene from the pumpkin, you are creating a super shield for your vision. Do you remember the video about pumpkin seeds I made? The flesh of the pumpkin is just as miraculous as the seeds. Imagine a breakfast of soft-boiled eggs over a bowl of warm, mashed pumpkin with a sprinkle of cinnamon. It is sweet, it is savory, it is comforting, and with every bite, you are literally feeding your retinas. You are saying goodbye to tired, straining eyes and hello to clarity. This is the power of food synergy. 1 + 1 does not equal 2. 1 + 1 = 10. Now let us look at the second hero. This one is for your structure, your foundation. The second golden combination, eggs and aged cheese, osteoporosis. It is the word every senior fears, a fall, a fracture, a hip replacement. We are told to drink milk for calcium, but calcium is useless if it does not have a guide to get into the bone. Without a guide, calcium just floats around in the blood and can even calcify your arteries. Who is the guide? Vitamin D. And where do we find vitamin D? In the egg yolk. And where do we find high-quality calcium? In aged cheese, like Parmesan, Swiss, or cheddar. When you make a spinach and cheddar omelet, you are creating a bone-building factory. The vitamin D from the eggs picks up the calcium from the cheese and escorts it directly into your skeletal system. It is teamwork at its finest. But there is a condition. You must eat the yolk. If you are eating egg white omelets because you are afraid of cholesterol, you are throwing away the vitamin D. You are throwing away the guide. You are eating the calcium, but you are not absorbing it where it counts. So, do not be afraid to sprinkle some high-quality, real cheese on your eggs. Your bones are crying out for it. And finally, the third hero. This one is for your digestion and your heart. The third golden combination. Eggs and apples. Apples? With eggs? Yes. We talked about how processed meat and white bread clog your system. Apples do the opposite. Apples are rich in a soluble fiber called pectin. Pectin is a gentle sweeper. It moves through your intestines and grabs onto excess cholesterol and toxins. It helps regulate your bowel movements. If you find that eggs make you a little constipated because they have no fiber, the apple is the perfect antidote. But there is more. Apples are high in vitamin C. Wait, Dr. Adams, did you not say that fruit like persimmons is bad? Persimmons have tannins. Apples have vitamin C and pectin. It is different. The vitamin C in the apple helps you absorb the iron in the egg. It is the opposite of tea. Tea blocks iron. Apples boost iron. So, have a sliced apple on the side of your scrambled eggs. Or chop up some apple and put it in a salad with hard-boiled eggs. You will feel lighter. You will have more energy. And your digestion will be smooth and regular. Just like I mentioned in my video about the 3 dangerous fruits versus the 8 cheap fruits, the humble apple is always a winner. So there you have it. The roadmap to a perfect breakfast. Avoid the soy, the bacon, the white bread, the coffee concurrent with the meal, and the persimmons. Embrace the pumpkin, the cheese, and the apples. It is not about deprivation. It is about substitution. It is about making smarter choices that honor the biology of your aging body. Now, before we go, I have to mention one last thing. The cooking method. You can choose the perfect combinations, but if you burn the egg, you destroy the medicine. Do not fry your eggs until the edges are brown and crispy. That brown crust is full of inflammatory compounds. Do not boil your eggs until the yolk turns green. That green ring is sulfur sulfide, and it smells bad because it is bad for you. It means the protein has been denatured and is hard to digest. The secret is gentle heat, soft boiled for 6 minutes, poached in water, or steamed. Yes, steamed eggs. It is the gentlest way to cook them. It preserves 100% of the vitamins. The texture is like silk. It is easy on your teeth and easy on your stomach. My friends, health is not an accident. It is a series of choices. Every time you lift a fork, you are choosing between feeding a disease or fighting it. Today, you have the knowledge. You know the 5 villains. You know the 3 heroes. I want to challenge you. Tomorrow morning, try the eggs and pumpkin combination. Just try it once. Then come back to this video and comment the word "done." Tell me how your energy felt. Tell me if you noticed a difference in your digestion. I read every single comment, and your stories inspire this entire community. And please, if you found value in this video, if you learned something that might save you from a stomach stone or a stroke, share this video. Send it to your sister, your neighbor, your golf buddy. You might be the reason they live a longer, happier life. Do not forget to subscribe to Ageless Vitality and hit that notification bell. And speaking of deadly mistakes, you absolutely need to watch the video that is on your screen right now. It is called "Never Eat Turmeric with These 3 Foods." You think turmeric is always good? Think again. It has its own set of rules, and breaking them can be dangerous. Click on that video now and let us continue this journey to optimal health together. I am Dr. Adams. Stay curious, stay strong, and keep living with ageless vitality.